What an amazing ending that was, right? Well, hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I've got something really interesting to talk about. A deleted last kiss scene from the Kpop Demon Hunters movie that just recently leaked, and you probably never even heard about. And now, before you roll your eyes thinking, okay, another cutscene, no big deal, hear me out because this one's actually pretty important. It's not just about a little romantic moment they just trimmed out of the movie to save time. First of all, it will literally make you sleep way better at night after the traumatizing ending of the Kpop Demon Hunters movie, you know what I mean? JINU didn't deserve that ending, and we all agree on that. First of all, how are you going to eliminate JINU and not even allow him to kiss the love of his life one last time? How? I want to talk to the director. So if you've already watched the movie, which I guess you've done, that's why you clicked on the video, you know it ends with a huge showdown and leaves some questions hanging. Like, what's really going on between Rumi and JINU, and what's the deeper meaning behind the Hunman barrier? Well, this deleted scene actually answers a lot of these questions in all honesty, which I know what you're thinking doesn't make any sense because that's the reason why that scene should be there in the first place. But you know, the directors made a decision. It's like a secret puzzle piece that could completely shift how we see their relationship and even the fate of both the humans and the demons at the same time. But they decided to scrap it, but now we have the ability to watch it because it was leaked. And after that, I want you to thank me for letting you sleep better at night, okay? So why was this kiss deleted in the first place? That's a great question, and there's a lot of people that say that it might have been too much for the original storyline, or maybe the directors wanted to leave the door open for future movies or spin-offs. And seeing the success of this movie, it's more than 100% certain that they will make a second one, and this will leave the door open for JINU to come back later maybe. But whatever the reason is, this leak really breaks all of this down to the fullest. So just bear with me guys, because over the next few minutes, I'm gonna be breaking down exactly what happens in that deleted scene, because even though you're gonna see it right now, it really doesn't answer a lot of the questions that you might have after watching it, why it matters, and what it could mean for the future of the Kpop Demon Hunters. Plus, I'm gonna share other leaked deleted scenes that actually add a little more spice to the whole storyline. So that's exactly what we're gonna be watching today, guys. So without much talking, let's get right into the clip that's gonna make you stop crying for JINU once and for all. Alright, so now let's talk about what actually happens in this leaked scene, because there is a lot more layers than people actually expect. So this scene is set right after the demon breach starts tearing open the sky, and the chaos is building, the energy from the Hunman barrier is spiraling out of control, and suddenly the music just fades out. And that's when this happens. And right when JINU is being sucked right into his world without a single line of dialogue, just a glance, a breath, they kiss. The camera just pans out and the music goes louder and louder, showing us the best emotional moment of the entire film. A scene that of course makes way more sense than just building up the entire tension between these two characters, and right when the guy is about to be eliminated and she's never gonna see him again after this, she curbs him in the worst way possible. And you can even see his face, and he's also saying, yo, I thought this was gonna be different, man. This deleted scene actually adds a better and more emotional conclusion to the film than just letting the two guys that loved each other a lot just say goodbye to each other. That doesn't make any sense at all. And even if you include the kiss scene inside the movie, it doesn't change the fact you can actually bring the guy back in the second movie if you want to. The kiss doesn't change anything. It just adds that spark that the movie needed right at the end of the movie. It just doesn't close it in an abrupt way as we saw in the final movie. It gives it the emotional close that it actually deserves for it to be a good movie. And most importantly, this isn't just about romance. This is the first real bridge between these two worlds, the human and the demon world, two sides of the war, and it hints that JINU might have been protecting her all the way long, or that their bond is rooted in something deeper than what we saw on screen, and we need to wait for it in the second movie. It actually makes more sense and link it between another movie than just abruptly end it and just create a second movie out of nowhere, because it's pretty clear that they're gonna try to bring him back. Newsflash, I'm just telling you this so you can sleep at night, by the way. I've heard that many people actually have a lot of trouble sleeping after seeing JINU passing away, so I'm just trying to give you hope. Now, this is where it gets pretty interesting, because if this scene had stayed in the final cut of the movie, it would have completely changed the emotional tone of the ending. Absolutely. JINU's death would have hit way harder, and suddenly it's not just a rival falling in battle, it's someone she loved deeply right after that kiss. Maybe even someone who loved her back. Because here's the thing, we saw hints of this throughout the whole movie. Those long looks, the hesitation during their fight, It's the fact that JINU never actually tries to eliminate her. The movie doesn't explain it, but this scene does in a way. It shows us that JINU wasn't just a flashy villain that kinda liked the girl, but he was a villain that loved her till the end. He was torn between loyalty to his side and his connection to Rumi. Some fans think that this kiss might have awakened a shared power, a new form of Honmoon magic that only triggers when a human and a demon form a bond, which actually sounds pretty dope in all honesty. And that might explain the glow right there that we're gonna be talking about here in a little bit. And it raises the question, was JINU trying to help her close the barrier all along, or was he trying to get closer to her? Well, sorry to break it down to you guys, but there are things in this world that you're never meant to know, and this is one of them, alright? Because we're probably gonna know in the second movie or not, but it's not fully explained. Now, the real question, why was this scene cut? Because let's be real, it's cinematic gold. Emotional tension, lore hints, slow burn payoff, and that's why it should have been included, but why wasn't it? There is speculation that the studio wanted more streamlined finale, one that left things open for a sequel. A romantic reveal like this, that's a bit of a commitment. It wraps up everything the creators might be wanting to leave for a second movie, you know? In case they wanted to explore more, they decided to cut it right here, not to give us too much. Not to give us the whole cake at the same time. Well, I think everybody can agree with me that we wanted the whole cake at the same time, alright? We didn't need to wait for a second movie for this guy to come back. We know he's gonna come back, it's obvious. Yo, just give me the whole cake. But jokes aside, this is a strategy that a lot of studios make. Cutting it might have left fans even more obsessed than before, and the fact that it almost existed but didn't, that mystery is driving all the fans around the world crazy and really eager to watch the second movie, which is exactly what the studio wants in all honesty. So they deserve this too. So yeah, I can agree with you that this kiss might seem like just fan service on the surface, but under the hood, it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It reframes the villain in a completely different way, adds a new emotional stake, and drops hints about where this universe could go next. And now that this thing is out there, we have to talk about what it could mean for the sequel, because if you think that JINU and Rumi's arc is done, you are completely out of your mind, because this is going into the second movie. And I'm already seeing the smile on your face after I said that. You can't fool me. And now we're gonna dive into another deleted scene that I think is very good and adds a lot more spice to this kissing scene. And it's about the three girls having a lot of fun together, so let's see it. And that's essentially it, guys. What do you think about this? Do you think it was a smart idea to remove this scene out of the whole movie? Jokes aside, I really think this makes a lot of sense because it gives the second sequel a lot more power, because if you just spill the tea here in this scene, you have nothing to work with in the second movie, essentially. So what do you guys think? I would really like to hear your thoughts.